we'll move on and we can talk about Liverpool, Pete, now. Arne Slot, of course, was confirmed as Liverpool manager from June the 1st. Are we expecting the club to go and potentially raid the Eredevise for some of the stars this summer?
I don't think it's inevitable that he will go back to Feyenoord for players. Again, like a lot of these top clubs right now, I don't know how much their managers are going to have in transfer recruitment. Obviously, Liverpool have changed their whole structure now with Jurgen Klopp leaving. They've got Michael Edwards back. They've got Julian Ward back. And again, they were praised a lot during their first time at Anfield, bringing in some big signings, the likes of Mohamed Salah, Alisson, Virgil van Dijk, the success stories that they had in the transfer market. A lot of it is data-driven, and I think that's going to be the case at Liverpool right now. So the manager might not have a big say on who he wants to bring to the club. I'm sure he will have discussions and meetings with the recruitment staff to see or who he might recommend that Liverpool might need. But again, a lot of it will come down to the numbers and the data of who Liverpool do go for because of their previous success under the regime of Michael Edwards and Julian Ward. So I think, as we've spoke previously on the pod and earlier, a new manager coming into a new club does like to sign players that he's previously worked with, just to sort of give them a foothold and help in the dressing room potentially as well. So, yeah, obviously Arne Slot will know a lot of the top players in the Eredivisie, but I don't think it's a given that he will go back there to sign players, because I think for Liverpool, they'll be looking worldwide with this new recruitment team set up, and it'll only be the best possible signing who they feel fits the model for the club going forward.
Are there any players then, Pete, to mention from the Eredivisie that might fit the mould for Liverpool potentially going into the summer, irrespective of whether they do go in to that market potentially?
Yeah, Johan Bakayoko at PSV Eindhoven had a really good season for them, helping them win the Dutch Eredivisie. He's been on Liverpool's radar for a while now. He's been somebody who's maybe been earmarked as a potential long-term replacement for Mohamed Salah. Very similar player, plays on the left side up front, cuts inside on his left foot and scores goals, creates goals and everything else. Young Belgian player as well.
Like Anthony does, yeah. A bit like Anthony does into the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Type of him. Don't want to be splurging 70 million on him and then become a total flop in the Premier League. But yeah, Bakayoko, young player, big potential, probably get him on a decent fee. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on at the Euros with Belgium if he's playing in that team as well. So that'll obviously enhance his reputation, I think, if he goes and has a good tournament with Belgium. But he's somebody I think that Liverpool could look at, and again, with his numbers and everything, he probably ticks a lot of boxes for the data for Liverpool's recruitment team as well. So he's one to keep an eye on potentially.
Talking of the Mo Salah, Paul, now he, of course, posted on social media, effectively giving back to the fans, saying they'll do everything they can next season to go and win trophies. They're going to fight for the fans. Do you think he is committed to the club? And actually, where do you stand on his future? Should Liverpool potentially go and sell him in the summer? Or actually, is he vital to success going into next season?
Yeah, I wonder who runs his social media for him, because I think it was worded very well. I thought it was a nice thing to put out at the end of the season. Interesting to watch. I mean, what's he got? Is it 12 months he's got left on his contract? Am I right? He's going into 12 months of his contract. So from a business point of view, now's the time to let him go. I mean, you're never going to get the 100 million for him halfway through the season in January. If you're looking at 100 million for him now, and if you think that you can recruit and you can build a squad with the players you've got and use that money to get a replacement, as Pete's discussed there, then this is the time. But if you think you've got to weigh up what the opportunity this season is, what does a Champions League finish? What does a title charge? What does an FA Cup financially mean to the club? Does a Champions League finish again this season and a long run in the Champions League financially, is that worth more to the club than selling Mo Salah now? Obviously, if you're going to get 100 million now, and you don't get Champions League and you don't have a long run in the Champions League, financially, they'll weigh the two situations up. If they want to get the money for him, he goes now. It's as simple as that. But for him personally, I suspect it's not a decision about money. But for him personally, if he waits another 12 months, that 100 million then goes into his wages.
And Pete, what about Caoimhe Kelleher and his future? We discussed him before, potentially moving from Anfield, being that number 2 to Alisson. Well, is there any update on that, please, potentially in his future at the club?
No real update. Obviously, I think Kelleher's got a big decision to make this pre-season. Does he want to remain number 2? Because he's not going to take that number 1 shirt off Alisson. Whatever happens, he had a great season. Kelleher, there's no doubt about that. He's played the most games he's ever done for Liverpool due to Alisson's injury problems, and he didn't let them down. He played a crucial role in the Carabao Cup success over Chelsea. He had a really impressive match in that final as well. And I think he's really enhanced his reputation during the 26 games I think he played for Liverpool this season as well. So there'll be no shortage of tickets for Kelleher if he does become available in the summer transfer window. Celtic have been long-term admirers of him, and I think there will be interest from Premier League clubs as well in Kelleher. So for him, he's got a big decision to make, whether to fight for his place at Liverpool or go out and get his career sort of going by becoming a number one at a club. And as I said, I think he could do a job for a lot of teams in the Premier League. I just think for Liverpool, they'll have to make a decision as well, because it looks like Adrian's going to leave this summer on a free. And if Kelleher is to leave as well, it leaves them really short in the goalkeeping department. And Arne Slot won't really want to have to spend too much time on potentially bringing in 2 goalkeepers to the club as well if Kelleher is to leave. So I think for me, I think probably Kelleher probably now is the time to move if he wants to become first choice at a club, and also first choice for the Republic of Ireland as well, because with Gavin Bazunu out injured for a lengthy period, I would imagine he will be the number one choice for the Republic of Ireland. So it all comes down to ambitions and everything else, because the longer Alisson stays at Anfield, it just keeps Kelleher warming the bench.
Are there any other potential outgoings, Pete, from Anfield that we could expect this summer?
Yeah, I'm sure obviously Arne Slot will come in and assess that squad during pre-season to see who will fit into his plans. And obviously they're going to have to make room for some new signings, I think, as well, because we do expect Liverpool to be busy in that summer transfer window. We've already seen Joel Matip and Thiago leave on free transfers, so that's 2 places in the squad that are going to need to be filled as well. Lots of speculation going on around Darwin Núñez's long-term future as well. Been talk of Barcelona being interested in the Uruguayan international, but I don't see how Barcelona could afford to sign Núñez right now. We all know about their well-publicised financial issues over in Catalonia, so I don't see that one potentially happen. Obviously, Núñez did find himself out of the team in the final few weeks of the season, with Cody Gakpo being preferred to him up front in attack as well. So, yeah, maybe if Arne Slot doesn't feel that Núñez fits his plans and there is potential interest in him in the summer transfer window, maybe that's one that Liverpool could listen to offers for.
You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.